The Colosseum in Rome is one of the most notable and impressive feats of architecture in the history of the world. Opened in the year 80 CE by the Emperor Titus, the arena was used to stage gladiator combat, skirmishes with wild animals, and even mock naval battles with actual boats. The unknown architects behind its design put extensive thought into every detail. If you've ever wanted to construct your own amphitheater of death, then this is your lucky day. Because today, we're going to take a look at how the Romans built the Colosseum. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know in the comments below what other historical sites you would like to know more about.
Do you want to be entertained?
Okay, let the video begin. In 64 CE, Emperor Nero built himself a home which he humbly nicknamed the Golden Palace. Clearing the land necessary for construction meant seizing property from numerous ordinary Romans, which, as you might imagine, wasn't a super popular move. After Nero died, the empire quickly cycled through 4 other corrupt emperors. Then, in 69 CE, Vespasian seized power. Looking to reverse the damage Nero and his successors had done to the Roman people's faith in government, Vespasian lived a more modest lifestyle and aggressively advocated for Rome's citizenry. It was around 70 CE when Vespasian promised to build a public amphitheater which would hold gladiator tournaments. In a politically symbolic move, Vespasian chose to build this arena directly on the site of Nero's Golden Palace. In 80 CE, after 10 years of construction, Vespasian's son, Emperor Titus, would finally open the Colosseum. The venue was inaugurated with a festival that boasted 100 days of games. Vespasian chose to have the Colosseum constructed on what was once the site of a lake in the garden of Nero's Golden Palace. The construction would require drainage 26 feet beneath the surface to divert rivers and streams that flowed from the nearby hills. It would also mean the concrete foundations of the Colosseum would have to run extra deep to prevent collapse. Dirt that was dug out of the ground to make space for the large foundation was repurposed to build up the land around the structure. This elevated the Colosseum 23 feet above ground level, forcing crowds to look up at, rather than down on, the building. Don't rush off to see for yourself, though. Due to changes in the landscape, in modern times, the Colosseum sits level with the ground. The blocks of travertine stone used in the construction of the Colosseum were quarried in a place called Albulae, located near what today is the town of Tivoli. The site of the quarry was about 20 miles from the site of the Colosseum, so transporting the blocks wouldn't be easy. To help things along, the Romans built a road specifically for the purpose of moving the stone from the quarry to the construction site. Each cartload contained 30 to 50 stones, and historians estimate workers would have transported roughly 240,000 carts. 20 to 30,000 people would have been involved in the construction. The majority of them were slaves. The Roman Empire was an innovator in the use of concrete to build larger and sturdier structures than had ever been built before. The vaults and arches of the Colosseum were made from concrete, which allowed the massive building to maintain an open and airy atmosphere, while still being structurally sound. The foundations were also made of concrete. Starting at the outer wall, the foundation was laid out in concentric circles that moved inward toward the arena. The lowest part of the foundation is roughly 42 feet deep, and it becomes shallower as it moves inward. Roman cement was usually made by heating limestone to create calcium oxide, also known as quicklime. Submerging the quicklime in water created a putty that acted as a binding agent in the cement. The unknown architect of the Colosseum wanted the dimensions of the building to reflect a ratio of 5 to 3, which was considered ideal at the time. Indeed, the arena ultimately measured 280 by 168 Roman feet, and the width of the auditorium and arena were equal to the height of the Colosseum. Because of the Colosseum's arches, the perimeter of the amphitheater had to be exact. There were 88 entrance arches, and each had to be 20 Roman feet wide and have 3 Roman feet of space between them. For the record, the size of a Roman foot could vary, but generally it was around 11.5 inches. Construction of the Colosseum started with the arches. Made from sturdy travertine stone, the arches allowed the laborers to start work on both the bottom and top of the structure. Indeed, the upper seating, wooden portico, and walls of the top 2 floors of the amphitheater were built simultaneously with the lower portion of the building. It was this forward-thinking construction plan that made it possible for the Romans to construct the Colosseum in less than a decade, an absolutely astounding feat for the time.